Hey guys, it's Wade McMaster here from designwebidentity.com. Just here to give you a quick little rundown on how to write and post your first blog post. More of a beginner's video, something most people know how to do, but something we want to cover just for all the newbies out there who are just starting up their own websites. So, okay, first of all, you're going to want to log in. This is a little generic site I've put together. I've already logged in. I'm in my dashboard just here. To create a new blog post, we're going to go into posts. There will be some existing posts on this website, and there should be one on any WordPress website when you first install it called Hello World. I highly recommend deleting that post simply by finding the Hello World post, which isn't here, but just for the sake of demonstration, we'll choose this one here and then clicking trash. So that should be no more Hello World, and now we're going to create a new blog post. The way we do that is either by down the left here under posts, clicking add new, or you can hover out if you haven't already clicked on this and it'll actually bring out a little menu on the right here, or click add new at the top of the page. So if you have a look at the page, it says enter title here, and this is where we enter our content. So first of all, I'm going to call this my first blog post. That's the title of this blog post. It's more like, just like an article or anything else. And then we're going to come up with some content. So obviously this is something you want to spend a bit of time on because, well, your content is basically what you're delivering. So you need to think about what you want to write, that sort of thing. I'm not going to sit here and type up a whole page of things while you watch. I'll just copy some from this Lorem Ipsum website here, which is basically just some dummy text. Right click, copy, and Control V, paste. Okay, so if I was normally typing this text up, I'd be saving as I go just to protect against a browser crashes or you press the wrong button and leave the page. You're then going to have a draft saved. You can go back and edit that isn't published. So definitely when you finish typing, you should always save draft because once you're done, you simply have to go back and retype it or if you lose it. So let's just save that draft. And we're just going to preview that. Close this one down. Then you'll see straight away we've got my first blog post by this website, the date, and the text we've copied in place. So that's pretty basic. But what happens if you want to break things up, have some subheadings? So you want subheading 1, subheading 2. Okay, this all comes down to formatting. So as you're going through, you can simply select this heading and choose different headings here. Now, obviously, the earlier the number, the bigger the heading. Also, this is important for search engine optimization and that sort of thing. You don't want to go with heading 1, possibly heading 2 you can go with, but we're going to go with heading 3 on this first one and heading 2 on the second one, even though technically heading 2 would be above heading 3. We're just doing this for the sake of demonstration. You see that heading 2 is bigger than heading 1, even though it's heading 3. So we'll make that, to save on the confusion, we'll make that a heading 1. And you'll see that heading 1 is bigger than heading 2. Now, this works in a similar way to the rest of the text on the website. If I select a word, I can make it bold, italics, line through, a bullet point, pretty much anything. They're very similar to any word processing application. You can choose your alignment, that sort of thing. It's very easy to use and pretty much anyone can pick it up. And if you're not sure, you can simply try something out by clicking on it. And if you don't like it, unclick it. Now you may notice that some of the formatting disappears with certain options when you click on it, so you might want to be careful. And obviously if this sort of thing happens, you want to go back and choose paragraph, which is what your standard text looks like. Now there are other things in there like pre, which is an address. These are just different ways of displaying the text that you can style if you're into CSS styling and that sort of thing. But for now, you sort of got the general idea. So before I preview again, there is 2 more things I want to do. First of all, I want to add a link. Let's say this sentence here, I want to link to a page. Now, I can go into this page here and link to this by simply copying the address, going back. Because I've got this highlighted, I can click the little insert link button and simply Control V, paste it into place, and I've got a link. Open a new window. Lorem Ipsum is the title I want to give it. And now we have an official link. But let's say I want to actually link to somewhere else on the website. I can actually choose down here, or I can even search monkey, and it'll bring up that post. I can then click on that, it'll change automatically, and I can add the link. And the other thing I want to go through is also adding an image. So I'm going to create a little space here, and we're actually going to add an image. So I've actually already got some images here that I can use, but you can upload images and they will then appear in the media library. But for now, we're going to choose an image from this menu. We'll just choose, say, this image here. We can give it a title and call it image. For the sake of search engine optimization, you do want to have something in your alt text. If this was a picture of a cat or a dog or something, you type in cat or dog. Just a bit of a description. These two here are a little less important, but if you want to have a caption, you can also say image there, and then I'll put a little caption saying image caption underneath the image. You can also link that to something like a URL similar to what we did before. For now, we're just going to link it to nothing, and we're just going to insert that into the post. You can see we've got the image caption and the image, but you've also got a few other options. Let's say we want to right align that image. We can actually we'll go back. Simply by hovering over the image, you get these two buttons here. This will delete the image, and this allows you to edit the image. We can click on that, and we can simply change it to a right align. You can change the size. You got similar options to the ones you already had, so you can simply update that, and now we have the image right aligned. So I'm just going to save that. So we've got an image, we've got some headings, and we've got a link. Let's have a look at how that all looks. So you see we've got a subheading, subheading 2, which is a little bit smaller than subheading 1, image that is right aligned with the caption. So you can see it's quite easy to format something quite neatly. So what we're going to do, so we've finished, let's say we're happy with that. Obviously, there's a few things here we're not happy with, like the spacing around the image. It's more of a styling issue with the theme. But let's say we're happy with that post and we want to publish it. Now, if I go to our main page, you'll see we've got a list of blog posts here that have already been published with featured images. So I'm going to start off by going down to the bottom and giving it a featured image. So we'll start off, once again, you can upload, but for the sake of this, we're going to choose this cog. We're going to go set featured image. You can see we've got a featured image there. We also want to put this into a category. If you've got blog posts, you generally want to have a bit of some categories so people can be more specific when surfing your site and looking for information. But I've just created a test category that I'm going to put it under, and not under a uncategorized category. Now tags is another thing. If you're got to certain themes, or even people or certain parts of your niche you're going to mention, you can put them in here if they're common and they show up in a lot of posts. Let's say I do a fitness website and I talk about Arnold Schwarzenegger a lot. You might want to put Arnold Schwarzenegger into the posts that can contain any information about him. That way anyone looking at the post can see down the bottom there's a tag, Arnold Schwarzenegger. They click on that and they get a list of all the posts that contain information about Arnold Schwarzenegger. So we've got that, we've got a category, we've got some tags. This is pretty much optional. And we've got a featured image. Now, one more thing I do whenever I'm publishing a post is I always try to optimize for search engines. So I generally copy the title, and down the bottom here you'll see an all-in-one SEO pack. Now this is a plugin you have to install. Simply, go to plugins, add new, and search for the all-in-one SEO pack. Once it's installed, you can add these bits and pieces to your post. So I'll just paste that in place. My first blog post. Type a description. Let's say this is a tutorial on how to create your first blog post. And you can see here we've got 57 characters. We want to use a maximum of 160 characters for optimization. Just as this here has 18 characters and we want to use a maximum of 60. Now these aren't what I would recommend for search engine optimization. That's a different topic altogether, but it gives you an idea of where you want to put your description, your title, and any keywords. So you say WordPress post first featured. So anything the post is about, you want to put a few keywords in there. You want to do a bit of keyword research if you're definitely targeting some SEO. I wouldn't worry too much about a lot of these options. If you want to no-follow certain links, you can do that. This is sort of a bit beyond what the average beginner needs to learn. So we're pretty happy now. We've got our SEO information in store, featured image, category, all typed up. So we're going to publish that. Now, one thing you do, make sure you proofread your text before you publish. That way you're not publishing spelling errors and certain lines. It's always recommended you just read certain lines out loud to make sure that they do read correctly. So as you can see now, the publish button has turned into an update button. This means that the post is live. So if I go back to our main page and refresh, you'll see my first blog post, a bit of an excerpt, and our featured image. So if I click on that, we can now enter, and we've got our blog post there, live, ready to go. Our tags down the bottom, a category, and you're basically all good to go from there. So once your post is live, it's on your website. Technically, there's nothing left to do. All you need to do is simply tell people it's up. Maybe you go on Facebook, Twitter, or whatever social media you're using to promote any of your posts, and simply copy this link and share it with your friends or anyone who is interested in reading. So there's a whole other science and approach to that, which we won't go into, but just for now, this is pretty much it. This is how you create your first blog post. Type it up, add your images, do some formatting, proofread, and publish. So pretty basic. Anyone could do it. Like it's really simple. It's one of the marvelous things about WordPress is just how user friendly it is. So of course, if you have any questions or anything, don't be afraid to drop me a line. Send me an email to info@designwebidentity.com, or simply reach out and contact me on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/designwebidentity. And otherwise, thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, that sort of thing. Anything would be much appreciated, and we can send you some more free information. Thanks for watching.